My name is Lita Albuquerque, and I'm an artist, and we are in my downtown Los Angeles studio. I was born in Los Angeles, and when I was 5 months old, my parents split up, and my father went back to Paris and my mother to North Africa, to Tunisia. And I lived between Tunisia and Paris. So I had an experience of the sublime from a very, very early age. My mother always wanted to go back to the United States, and she finally did. I was 12, and we moved to California. I think one of the interesting things is, in my case, it's the feminine lineage. My grandmother was a singer of classical Arabic music. My mother was a playwright. I'm an artist, and then my two daughters are amazing artists. One's a dancer and choreographer, the other one's a sculptress. I remember reading Yves Klein saying how he claims the sky, and Armand was claiming plenitude, and I thought, well, as a woman, what is it that I claim? And I realized that what I claim is the relationship between the earth and the sky. And so all my work really is about that, plus the figure, the human. The color blue, I can't escape blue, and the color that I use is an ultramarine. I call it Albuquerque blue. The very first piece that I did was a trench, 14 inches by 41 feet long, that went on a cliff, and then you could see the ocean, and so it went all the way out to the horizon perceptually to form a cross. The Antarctica project that I did came from, I've been in Egypt quite a few times, and I had a vision in my head where I saw the Earth from space that had nothing on it but gold-tipped pyramids all aligned to the stars. And we went to Antarctica, I worked with an astronomer, and we made 99 spheres to correspond to the 99 of the brightest stars in the southern hemisphere. Now I've created a 25th century female astronaut who comes back to the planet to teach us about our relationship to the stars. The project started out in different installations. It's going to be a trilogy of films. The 25th century female astronaut crash lands and forgets her mission. And it's all about trying to find out what her mission is. So that was the first film. The second film, Liquid Light, the title comes from an experience I had with the Great American Eclipse in 2017. And then I had always wanted to go to the salt flats in Bolivia, which are the highest and largest salt flats in the world. I could have my character be in a place where she could get nourished. In the film, the gold spheres were her gifts of light. I did a project for the Getty Museum called Spine of the Earth 2012, where we had 300 people dressed in red come down a mountain and form this line all the way down.
1,000, 2 1,000, 1,000, 2 1,000, 1,000, 2 1,000.
I did another project called An Elongated Now, which was, again, 300 people, this time dressed in white, forming an arc on the beach at the museum in Laguna Beach. The white waters of the ocean was here, and then they were paralleling that. But when you got a shot from the air, it just looked like this line, right? So again, these lines, almost like drawing. And then we did a Desert X. That was the first time I did her sculpturally. And it was a plaster cast, and we did a performance as well. And that was called Hearth, small h and capital Earth. And it was about listening. I'm very open and I'm very collaborative, and I listen to everyone. And so it's definitely a collaborative venture. You can't do anything in isolation. I like to be described as a futurist, and I like to be described as a humanist and someone interested in beauty and in going beyond what is here. How do you shift this enormous moment we're in into the future, into something positive? And I never thought of it as feminist work or as, done by a woman. I was just doing what I needed to do. As I'm growing as an artist, I feel I'm just beginning. I can't wait to do more what I've been doing. This is a new sculpture, and what you're seeing are 33 what I call solar discs. They're meant to be the 33 vertebrae in our body. It's the idea of igniting light, imagining light from the bottom of your spine all the way to the crown. So that gives you an infusion of light, and it connects you to the cosmos. Here, there's a brand new piece where I've made it so that the gold leaf can flutter and has a life to it. And again, that relationship between the two. In this case here, there is gold in back of the blue, and both golds reflect on each other. This is a series that I've been doing for a while now. They're called auric field. At that time, I thought I invented that word, but it's not. It's an actual thing that exists. Auric field is actually the aura and the field that exists beyond it. They came about from my studying medieval symbolism. I also work with white gold, which is definitely the moon to me. I've always loved ball bearings because of the the gravity of them, and I decided to gold plate them. This figure is a tiny one of a project I did in Switzerland, and I call it Transparent Earth, and she's actually life-size on top of a mountain, and the complete piece is to do one at its antipode, which is if you dug a hole all the way, what's at the other end of the Earth. And in that case, it's off the coast of New Zealand at the bottom of the ocean. And so you're going to have a figure on top of a mountain, a figure at the bottom of the ocean at the other side of the Earth talking to each other, and it's called Transparent Earth. And two feminine figures. Wars destroy, art creates. The greatest thing that art can achieve is change. To bring it to the next level, go over where we're at now, which is such a precipice, and to decide to really ignite, right? To ignite to the highest level of consciousness.